the best for scoring as Forest Hill made Coldstream wait for at least 2 minutes. I said Martin Stillman can talk, but this time he went overtime in the three-quarter time huddle. But the first clearing kick out of centre went the way of Forest Hill as they need the first goal in this final term. They'll have a flying shot at it. Well, a shot turned into a pass and the mark's being claimed. I think that's Rowe at full forward who by accident was in the way of the kick.
He'll say that he made a brilliant lead up the ground and was pinpointed. But yeah, look, I'd say Martin would be saying we need to get our hands on the football. We need to get it down to the forward line as quickly as we can. We just can't afford to allow them to get the goals that they did in that last 10 minutes.
From 20 metres out, Rowe looking for his second goal in his second game for this year, coming back last week, and he puts it through the middle, so it's still game on. Forest Hill 8-2-50. It's an 18-point margin as Coldstream at 10-8-68. In Forest Hill, they definitely need a run of goals to get themselves back in it.
Well, they've got to play 30 minutes. That's the key. Last quarter, they played the first 10 really well, got a couple of goals, and then they just went to sleep and made some really poor errors with their skills. And I know it's difficult in these conditions, but they made really poor decisions and allowed Coldstream back in. And they've got a player coming off now. Looks like could be an ankle or quad, something like that.
Yeah, he's not putting too much pressure on it, so it doesn't look good. Yeah, you mentioned before, David, that handball out in the wing was absolutely crucial and really fundamental to that.
So Clayton wins the tap down out of the centre. And away with the ball comes Davis, looking for the lead there of Carnelli, in a foot race there with Sedgman, who swats this one back to the flank for the run there of Tobias Griffin. And that's helped out over the line. We'll have yet another boundary throw in.
So we'll get Ray as soon as he know how Gillian's going for Forest Hill. But the ball's on the outer side.
He's been pretty good for Forest Hill this game, Gillian. It might be a big loss for them, but we'll still plenty of footy to play as Palmer knocked down there by Clayton, trying to get the footy out there with Cicera, and yet another ball up.
I dare say it might be difficult with our 3-2-1 because I'm not 100% sure there've been too many four-quarter footballers today.
No, I'm just going to be plucking them out of the air, I reckon.
So the ball kicked out now here to centre half forward. Carnelli got two Coldstream players to deal with. One of them is Verstegen. He gets tackled, gets the hands out. Carnelli lays a tackle of his own and held to him.
So I think
holding the man, calls the umpire.
That's a bit stiff, that. The ball, he had the ball and he lost it through the knock more than giving it away.
That was a terrible decision.
So it's going to be Rafferty to take the kick here in his own 50.
One good thing about Carnelli, his boots are brighter than the lights.
So Rafferty, his kick, looking there for the lead. What a flying at the back was Odermatt, trying to top his previous effort. And I believe that's going to be paid. And we've got a 25 as well on top of that.
That's a bit...
I didn't see that. Did you see that, Ray?
Yeah, he put the ball between his legs.
Well,
instead of giving it back.
Lee Odermatt's been one of the...
Well, he's on the ground. What was he going to do?
So Odermatt lines up from about 60 metres out. This one's going to go towards the left, flying at the back. There was Edmonds, couldn't hold the footy, and it's going to be out over the boundary for a throw-in.
I think there was a classic Falcon then, wasn't it? I think he put his...
Yeah, let's get the replay if we can get it going.
So boundary throw-in about 5 minutes into this first quarter in the forward pocket here for Coldstream. And we've got another free kick off the ball.
Stupid new rule.
Yes.
It's because Cardamone went for the ball when it dropped short. Oh, no, it's gone.
That's a take two on the throw-in.
Good, because the throw-in was not near enough to the two people that put their hand up to nominate for that.
So neither Palmer or Edmonds could get a hand to that. We're going to have a ball up.
There's a couple of Falcons on the outer side, Davo, but not the one you're referring to.
Oh, that's all right.
As long as they're before 1970, it's anything made after then wasn't worth buying. Anyway,
okay.
Ball off in the pocket, knocked down, trying to get the ball there was Brown, and he's going to give away a free kick holding the man. And Forest Hill have a chance to get out of their own back line through Gibbons. Goes in short to Healy Rotheram. If that's definitely not 10 metres. That's going to maybe be holding the ball. No, says the umpire. Play continues. Rafferty's quick hands. They're looking for Cardamone. Back to McCarthy. He fires on goal. Nothing but two Forest Hill players back, and arriving late there was Cecilia. He gave away the free kick.
They both wanted to shepherd, and one of them had to mark it, they realised.
So the kick down the wing, and that's taken there by Fisher. He plays on quickly. Kick now looking here for Walsh. Couldn't take the mark, knocked out of his hand. Kerr goes to battle with him. And the ball locked up underneath both of them on the centre wing. And we'll have a ball up.
And the Dave O'Alana, what was the Gibbons is just a waste of a kick.
I'm still staggered by a player of his experience going back and trying a 5-metre kick.
He had a blonde moment.
It didn't set it up at all. So,
so slap forward there. Dickinson overran the footy. Ball still on the right side of the boundary line. Now it's not. And we'll have a boundary thrown right in front of us.
Now you can get away with saying that.
I know, that's why I said it.
So, boundary throw in. Has slapped again down there by Palmer. Been pretty good in the ruck in this fourth quarter. Almost dropping the footy there was Fisher. Hands comes out now here to Davis. And he fires one up now here to centre half forward. Looking there for the lead. Verstegen. And running onto it there is Rowe. Rowe puts one on goal. It's going to bounce awkwardly here for Verstegen to deal with. Is it over the line or is it touched? Let's see the adjudication. No, so hit the post at the end. Touched. Okay, it looked like the umpire
touched the post.
Touched the post, yeah. So
he didn't straddle the line over, did the goal umpire, so I'm glad he knows he's right.
So that's just through for the minor score. That's 8-3-57 playing 10-8-68 on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. You
thought he was going to get his hand to it eventually, but the ball kept rolling and rolling, and it got close. And I reckon the goal umpire was a bit shocked how close it was. But we play on anyway, and Forest Hill trying to get it going at half forward. Hand pass over the top. Hodder puts his body over it, just runs over the ball, in fact. And Coldstream, may they get out. The kick goes towards McCarthy. He overruns it, allows the Zebras to come in again. And the kick is marked while two go at it by the Coldstream player who was more desperate or read it better. And it's I think if that's, help me out there, is that Griffin? Griffin gets it out wide, hoping for Edmonds, but it comes out the back on the wing. Forest Hill, they want to play on it all, and beautifully done by Moat. Moat gets it to Jaya Singh, and he gets it, quickly plays on, but his kick wasn't ill-directed. He didn't look before he kicked it, and has been chopped off by Kerr, who gets a short pass to the defensive 50 arc, where his skipper, Craig, takes the mark, straddles the arc as they go into the corridor now, and Coldstream trying to go through the middle of the ground. Edmund, his hand pass has been smothered, and now Colchera gets it on the boot for Coldstream. He just gets it closer to the boundary, and it's over. So hand passes are not recommended today.
No, it was beautifully read by Colchera, but there was two really disappointing pieces of play by Jane Singh. He shirked it at the marking contest, and then he also did not look where he was kicking, so pretty disappointing effort by him.
I'd agree with both of those situations. It was terrible when he had the ball in possession and just kicked blindly. And his teammates were pretty angry with that as well. So just got to be a bit calmer in that forward line, and you've got the football.
So it's half forward for Coldstream. Good tap there by Gross. Used his big body to great. And here's Jersing trying to make up for maybe some errors made previously. Puts his body around the ball, and he's happy to be wrapped up by Dickinson. So it's half forward for Coldstream, half back for Forest Hill. Tap one out the back by Clayton, and at ground level, Forest Hill first on the ball, but the tackle soon swoops on Creek, and he has to hand it over to the umpire. Bit of sting's gone out of this game, just as Forest Hill were getting pace in the game, and it's what they need to do, because they look better when they move the ball as quick as they can, until they hand pass it indiscriminately. But we'll wait on that, as Forest Hill, just a kick out of the pack, doesn't clear too much congestion on the wing. And the ball goes out of bounds where Price is better to tap it over, and he does it so deliberately, but the umpire didn't see it. The boundary umpire can't adjudicate, but he was next to the boundary line, if you don't see it on the website, and he just taps it behind himself. And if that's not deliberate, I haven't seen GWS do it in the last week or two.
It's what the rule was brought in for, wasn't it?
Yeah, so it's Coldstream who benefit from the non-decision, clearing out of that boundary throw-in, going through the middle of the ground. Odermatt brings it to ground, does nicely to Carrigan, but he's jumped on as Hilly Rotherham. He lets it go. Odermatt picks it up, puts it into an open forward line with Cardamone. He's trying to dance. He's trying to say that he's getting held back when the guy was a metre behind him. So Cardamone sees it over the line in the pocket.
Just trying to work a bit of cardamom craft and magic in
it
there.
It either was the Campese goose step, or he was holding me when he was nowhere near me. So it's a boundary throw in as Coldstream look to get maybe a sealer in these conditions, but Forest Hill need to hold up. They come in with the tackle and they won't let the ball out.
So we'll have a ball up in the pocket once this scrum clears, as McCarthy getting into it there with Dale. And 17 points the margin here with time expiring in the fourth quarter for Forest Hill to get back in this one. Ruck one down there by Walsh. Ball goes to ground in the goal square. Laying the tackle there was Healy Rotherham, and players converge, and we'll get take two of that ball up.
And this works perfectly into the hands of Coldstream, just eating up the clock, churning out the time, and just makes it less and less time for Forest Hill to get the ball forward and to kick some goals and put that scoreboard pressure on.
So Carrigan gingerly to his feet. He's been good today. 2 goals already for him, one in the first and one in the third. He opened the scoring for Coldstream as both ruckmen missed that contest. Trying to gather that in as Cardamone. He gets a rough ride and he's going to get a free kick for his trouble.
He deserved that one.
And Darcy Carrigan trying to stamp his authorities. We have a look here on the replay. And yeah, up high there from Maguire. And Cardamone is going to line up from about 40 out on the tightest of angles.
I'll tell you what he did. He went to ground with the ball and made the guy sort of sit on him.
Fall over the top of him, yeah. So Cardamone, already got 2 this afternoon in the second and third quarter, looking for his third. And yeah, bit of banter there from the fans. You might hear that bleeding into the audio in the background.
Hope not.
Here's Cardamone. He kicks and he's just put it to the right just for the minor score. So that'll be 10-9-69. Plays 8-3-51 on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard here midway through the fourth quarter.
Very casual goal umpires today.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just don't move. That's a point.
When you know, I suppose.
Yeah.
Probably doesn't want to move around in wet clothes. Here is Healy Rotherham's kick straight up the guts looking for Fisher. It's gathered straight back in by Coldstream. Here's the kick from Coltrera, and he's put it to the right as well. 2 behinds in a row. That's now 10-10-70, playing 8-3-51.
Do we call that a handy point?
Yes. Peter Landy, thank you.
Oh, we're really bringing the 90s back here. We had Campese, Peter Landy, as the ball gets kicked up now here, looking for the mark there was Gibbons, couldn't gather it in. Mitch Hedmans gets tackled and holding the ball since the umpire. And the free kick going away to the Forest Hill as Jaya Singh was trying to play on, and he's brought back to the mark.
And also Lee Matthews' rule, if Channel 7 broadcasted every match, there's still 4 minutes and 4 goals. They can do it.
As the mark taken here by Price, he fires it right back to centre half forward here for Coldstream. Odomat couldn't take it on that occasion. The ball spills to the deck, getting the hands out there with Cecilia. And up to the half forward flank, back to Cecilia now, trying to get that back out over the top. And, well, a bit of ping pong action there over in the forward flank, as trying to get a bump in there was Davis. He was head hunting. And the ball on the deck, laying the tackle there is Gibbons. Ball comes out now here to Healy Rotherham. Spins out of trouble, but spins over the boundary line. And we're going to have a boundary throw. No, okay. Play on. The boundary umpire actually settled it was out of bounds. And play continues. Out towards centre half forward, looking for Carnelli. Been held well just to 1 goal here this afternoon. Here's Hodder now. Ducks under the tackle of Coltrera. Back out. It comes now here for Forest Hill. Quick hands out there. Looking for the ball there was Gross.
Oh,
and that's... fired up now here to centre half forward. Carnelli's in there as well for Forest Hill. Jai Singh throws his weight behind it and gets on top of the footy. And Coldstream try to break this one out, and we'll have yet another ball up with 19 points to margin here in the fourth quarter.
How good was Sedgman then to peel off his player and almost take what was an awesome intercept mark, but
Did
definitely
all the hard work.
Yeah.
Running with the flight. Yep, you're right.
Didn't shirk that one, did he?
No. I saw Davo grimace when you said that before, but he agreed with you.
Oh, yeah.
I just say it how it is.
But again, when you go down the other end, there was a contest there where Odomat was involved, and then he came back and charged in and created they were going to clear it, Forest Hill, and he stopped the clearance. It's those little things by your key players that really keep you in, just like Sedgman then, being able to hold up what could have been a crucial turnover. Fantastic work by experienced players. And even though he's young, he's got a bit of experience now, Sedgman.
Oh! So is that one smothered off there by Rose to the Grimace of my co-commentator, and we're going to have a free kick.
He Jackie Chan'd it.
Straight, just ripped it straight up him. So an opportunity here for Forest Hill. Jai Singh is going to be awarded the free kick, and he's going to line up from about 50, 45 out, straight in front, and a crucial kick here for Forest Hill. 19 points the margin. Jai Singh now puts this one up, and it's good, straight through the middle, and it's a goal that Forest Hill certainly needed. They are 9-3-57. They trail now 10-10-70 Coldstream here on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
That's a key goal. They need this next clearance. This is the key thing. They need to get make sure that Gibbons and Zigarink are both in there, because when they're in there, they've got something, and they try and get this quick clearance out and put another one on, another goal quickly. Things could get a little bit tight in the last 5 or so.
Well, you got 50% there. Gibbons is in there, and Zigarink is at centre forward.
Tap won by the taller ruckman for Coldstream as Walsh gets it going forward. With the tap, Odermatt just uses his body to push it out in front. Colchera just roves it and puts it long to the goal square. Forest Hill seem like they've got the positioning in deep in defence, but the punch forward goes to Carrigan, who spears it back into the goal square, and the mark is taken. Smart kick, and had Coldstream players waiting for it as Carrigan kicked it around the corner.
Couple of smart things then. Odermatt again, Colchera, and then the shepherd of Cardamone to allow that kick to be brought around. I thought 3 really good team bits of play then, and that was a great kick. Didn't try and kick a goal, brought it to the right top of the square.
And it's Cronin who gets the goal from straight in front and seals the deal for Coldstream. They put their 12th on the board, I think.
11.
I got 11. Got ahead of myself. 11-10-76 to Forest Hill 9-3-57. So quick as it was, it's back out to a 19-point lead through Cronin's goal. But fantastic work there from Carrigan, roving the punch that tried to clear the defence, and he pulled it back for an easy mark and goal.
And you can just see the shake of the head there from Jai Singh, who just kicked the last one as soon as they kicked that one. So he thought they'd had a sniff, but
yeah,
straight back the other way does the pendulum swing.
Yeah, no, a good reply from Coldstream. One of the surprising things is for the conditions that we've had, where it's been very slippery, we've had 20 goals kicked. It's actually been quite good at, in the fact that players have been able to kick goals. So while the ground positioning and ground play hasn't been fantastic, there's still been enough scoring happening.
So time expiring here in the 4th quarter. Tap one down there by Clayton, socket off the ground there by Lockie Craig, but straight back the other way to centre half forward here for Forest Hill. Running onto that one is Price, with Carnelli in pursuit. Gets the hands out now here to Sedgman, and he kicks it out now here to centre wing. Looking for that, getting their hands on that was Pincott. Ball hits the deck. Here's that's Cronin in there, just scored the goal, and that's gone out of play before he was able to keep it in, and we'll have a boundary throw in.
I tell you what, Price has been good in that back half, hasn't he? He's just played that loose man behind the play role to perfection. And in these conditions, if you can get that player to at least get 8 to 10 possessions and get the ball back, it's worth gold.
100%. He's been like a wall down there, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Umpire says we'll have that for a ball up. So 22 points the margin between Coldstream and Forest Hill, and we'll have yet another ball up here on the centre wing area.
I just want to check, is Ray still with us, or is he frozen out there on the wing at Coldstream? Ray.
Yeah, just listening to your comments.
I think we took the air out of him and he hasn't recovered.
So play continues. Here's Jai Singh. He got the last goal for Forest Hill, booted out of clearance there by Pincott, straight up towards centre wing. Gathered in here by Price, quick hands. And it's kicked straight back up towards centre wing, but smothered off the boot and on the deck. Busting through a few tackles there was Rafferty. Hands out now here to Clayton. He gets wrapped up himself. Carnelli manages to kick one out, but it's all Coldstream jumpers there in the back end of the park. And here's Cronin now. Looking here for Carrigan. And arriving late to effect the spoil was Dale, and he kicks this one up now, looking for the run of Hodder. Bounces over his head, but bounces fortuitously there for Zigarink. He snaps around the corner and unable to pull it back the rest of the way for the minor score. 9-8-58, plays 11-10-76 on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
That's where you create a switch is great, but he went to the wrong option. He had an option running from behind that he should have taken, instead of a smart little kick around the corner that didn't work.
It was well called. Dale came in late, and the punch, he roved his own punch, so it was good work for Forest Hill. Now they're trying to get the next goal on the board. It's a fight for the ball in centre wing. Here's Price again. He always puts his body in line of the ball. Cronin helps him out. His hand pass goes backwards and not to his team's advantage. And they're throwing it around now at Forest Hill. Ziggering is getting bumped around like a bumper Dodgem car in a bumper. Yes. And I don't know where the tackle was, but he got hold of the ball against him.
He's desperately unlucky, I think, Ziggering. He gets smashed around the contest and doesn't get too much, so he was a bit disappointed. That was a bit disappointing too. He didn't deserve that one either.
Price's kick was a worm burner and it put his teammate under pressure and allows Forest Hill to try to get the ball going. They push it forward through momentum. Carnelli comes in, the tackle on Price, who mops up everything on half-back. It's a fight and a scrap for the ball close to the line. And now, who's going to grab it as they jump in all over McClellan? And Coldstream hold it up on their defensive area. So let's look at the scoreboard as we approach full time. It's 11-10-76 Coldstream leading by 18 points. Forest Hill a 9-4-58. There's a whistle for an off the ball. It was boiling over. And who's going to get the free kick paid to them? It is a Coldstream free kick.
I think it went against Mitch Newman.
So
Jay Singh.
The short kick is good, and Carrigan, who's been one of the best on the ground, has taken another mark and he's settling things on half-back. Left boot, close to the boundary. He drives it to half-forward. Big fly! But no mark by Cronin. Comes in from the side. Goes to ground level where Forest Hill have it, but they're only going to spill it over the line through Maguire.
He doesn't mind having a fly, Cronin, does he? He's the one who hurt himself just before three-quarter time when he went for a big fly as well.
Probably outed only by Odermatt in this game with that screamer in the first quarter. He's had a couple himself, but the boundary throw in, tap down now. Here come Forest Hill getting the clearing attempt. Coltrera takes the mark though. 10 metres according to the umpire. And a couple of whistles.
That's 25 because number 30, McClellan knocked the ball out of Coltrera's hands after he had the mark.
So frustration here from Forest Hill and very undisciplined, particularly with the score the way it is. So Coltrera looking to go in short, trying to find Cardamone, and finds him just inside the line. And he'll have his chance to line up for his third.
Get you a game next week when you pass to the captain coach for the goal. You walk off and go, you're in.
You won't be an emergency next week for sure.
You're magnet straight to the top of the board.
So Michael Cardamone lining up from a similar situation he was about 10 minutes ago. Looking for his third, and this one to put the game well beyond reach of Forest Hill. Moves in. This one's going to go to the top of the goal square. Players fly, ball on the deck. Snapping off the boot there was Cronin. It was smothered. Forest Hill trying to get the hands out now here through Mowat. He does so. Looking here for Pincott. Got players in front of him. No, none of them of his teammates. Jaya Singh's there, but Newman is as well, and he takes the mark against Carrigan. Newman looking for players upfield. Finds one here in Rowe. In the forward pocket.
You're not going to win a game just by chipping it around the boundary line at this time.
He goes long looking for Carnelli. Good mark, I thought, but it only got 2 bites of the cherry. Here's Dickinson, gets a quick hands off now. Here to Price. Good tackle laid on him by his opposite number, Ziegering. Cesara gets knocked to the ground. As the ball really in dispute here. No one can really clear. Oh, almost a trip there. Play continues. Yes, says the umpire. Jai Singh, the offender. He's got the yellow card for his troubles. You have a look.
Oh, you are kidding.
So here we go. Oh, yeah, that was... well, looked like he'd actually legged him. Gone the 2-foot tackle, Premier League style, but actually a high shot, so that's going to be yellow card. And Forest Hill will be without Mr. Ziegering. Going to sit in the bin. And a free kick here.
It was almost like it was a fake effort. He didn't want to hurt him, he just wanted to pretend, and the ump said, no, we're not
almost
having
like a flying elbow off the top turnbuckle.
Yeah, I don't think he actually wanted to connect.
I was waiting for the Undertaker to come out and slam him with the chair. So we'll have a boundary throw in. He's retired.
We're talking about going back into history. You're the one bringing up Falcons, and now the Undertaker.
The Undertaker only retired 2 weeks ago, so I'm somewhat current.
But he's been there for 34 years.
That's correct, yeah.
Well, Rowdy Roddy Piper and Mr. Wonderful and the beautiful Elizabeth was my generation.
So the kick out towards the half-forward flank. And Cronin gets a kick. It's a high up and under in, looking for to Sarah, can't gather the mark in, falls here to Carrigan. He kicks down to a vacant goal square, but sprays it just left and through for the minor score. That'll bring it up to 11-11-77, plays 9-4-58 here in the fourth quarter on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
No macho man out here today.
Oh, yeah.
Oh dear. As the kick goes out from Forest Hill, not really trying to spot up anyone, just getting some distance, but it might fall out of the back. And being pulled off the ball was Dale, who just stood in his tracks, and he got taken down at half back. Now it's a scrap for the ball at half forward for Coldstream, and they're up for the fight. They know they've got the contest won, and Walsh will come in. He gets the kick hand pass out the back to Colcherry, gets pushed in the back. The umpires sort of said it's all over too. That was definitely a free kick missed. Price comes in, as always, wraps it up, and it's held up centre wing. Just a little few things are happening where frustration is just boiling over. It's been a good contest. It's been teetering on the edge physically, and there's a few players like Rowe who is still up for the scrap, and his kick around the corner as he got it from the clearance goes to the hand of McClellan. McClellan dives into the mark at half forward, looks at all his options, got Rowe running on, so the man that kicked to him takes the kick after he hand passed to him. Nice work by Edmonds, first time he's seen himself in defence. Now the clearing kick only goes all the way to McClellan. He's got a shot. It's a hospital effort. And the spoil comes in late. And I don't think he'll appreciate it. He didn't get killed, but Davis shakes it off and he'll play on quick as he can. Gets it into the forward line. It will bounce away at Pincott. Had two to bounce through, but it did find its way to him. And his kick around the corner is rushed and bounces through for a minor score.
Oh, yeah, I was holding my breath on that one too. Oh.
So it's 9-4-58. It's a 19-point margin as Coldstream lead 11-11-77.
Been quite a few of those this game. Since Scott Reese is getting cleaned up, that's probably the worst of them. As the kick comes out now here to Lockie Craig, the captain here for Coldstream. Boots this one out now here to centre wing. Flying at the back was Cronin. Beautiful mark.
He's a good mark for his size, isn't he?
Absolutely.
Very impressive.
Very athletic too. His kick, and that one was gathered in just off the bounce there by Carrigan, who's also been good. And that is the final buzzer. After 4 quarters, 11-11-77, Coldstream have defeated